So thank you, Stacks, for So I realized we had the interview, so I I do a little snooping around, and I went on your Instagram, and I see that you posted the Atomic Habits book. I'm like, I'm just gonna read it just to connect with Stacks in a type of way,
right?
And it happened being one of the best decisions of my life.
Speaking of, I'm a slow reader.
Okay.
So you saying like, yo, we're gonna talk about it? I actually read like to like the last. I'm not done yet, but I'm at the last chapter.
Okay, oh, word?
Yeah, I was like.
That ass?
Highlight.
Okay, so
you see you on IG, yo.
I'm gonna give up the secret right here. I just do audiobook.
I can't do that.
You can't do audiobook?
No. So
the thing with audiobook is you have to listen to it more than once.
Yeah.
So the first time you listen to it, you kind of just pick up on little things you want to key on, jot it down,
right.
And the second time you pick it apart. That's how I do it personally.
See, I like books because I like to write notes.
Yeah.
So I could take the book, I could underline it. I'll do that a lot quicker than me listen to it. Like, oh, let me go write this down. Because if I'm listening to something, I'm either walking, running, doing something where it's like it's going to take me another 27 seconds to do whatever amount of time, or take me my mind off of whatever I'm doing.
But I'm a taxi driver, so I'm just in the car all day doing that.
Oh, now you a taxi driver?
I'm a Lyft driver. Lyft driver, taxi driver. Niggas say Uber.
You get the TLC?
Nah, that's why I work in Long Island. You don't need your TLCs.
That's right. I did live for a hot minute.
Oh, word?
Mm-hmm.
It's good money, right?
Mm-hmm. Yo, the only thing I used to hate, I get a ride out way up where me and Malcolm live.
Yeah.
All the way out here. Airport.
You don't like that?
I mean, I love the financial.
That's the bread.
But I was waking up at 4 o'clock because I was getting all the professionals or the air flights. I'll catch one here, catch one back. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna do some local trips. Then it's like go all the way back to Queens. I'm like, come on.
But now I don't even get my mind into that state because anything could happen. Like when I was living in Albany, I woke up. I came from work at the hospital at like 7. Took a nap. Came out at like 12 a.m. because Friday night shit is jumping. First trip, I get into the car, 3.5 hours. A ride to
45 plus.
Huh?
That 45 plus. That's what it says on the app, right?
No, so apparently when you decline enough rides, they don't tell you that. So I didn't.
Oh,
I thought it could have been a 3-minute ride to me,
Okay.
but it was like 3.5 hours. What state did I tell you she took me to? It wasn't PA.
It wasn't PA?
PA was the guy a few weeks back.
The Jersey then?
No, it wasn't Jersey.
I canceled rides.
It was Connecticut on one of them
Got
niggas.
It's been one time I was out in Long Island. It said 45-minute plus. All right, whatever, I'll take it. It's probably going to the airport. I get there, so I would do say your address is right here. I'd be in a proximity where I could say I'm arrived
and look it up.
See where I'm going. This thing took me almost to Buffalo. And I was like, cancel. So the lady walked into the car, and she's like, oh, you my Uber or my Lyft? I was like, nah. She was like, it said this is your car. I was like, yeah, it just got canceled.
Buffalo. I'd rather go to a different state. Buffalo is like 9 hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's bugging.
And then the crazy part is you can't get no rides coming back. I mean, you can catch a ride from Buffalo back to
in
Long
New York,
Island,
you can.
But you're not going to. The likelihood
you're not going
from
to
Buffalo back to Long Island.
Yeah, come on, bro.
You want to get stuck in Buffalo.
A 9-hour ride, that's bread though. I'm thinking that's like $400.
I had like $10 out of quarter tank of gas. I wasn't making it.
Oh no, you wasn't making it.
I wasn't making it.
But back to the book. So, and the original question was, did you maximize your potential?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy starts off the book by saying he had this crazy brain injury, and he was a baseball player.
Yep.
He came back his senior year. Mm-hmm. You're familiar with the book. Came back his senior year and was trash, but he went to a D3 school, and he was a beast. He's basically the best player on his team, and he was like, I never went to the MLB, but I probably feel just as good as one of those guys because I maximize my potential.
Right. So it's a double-sided question because if you ask me in terms of my playing ability, I did not maximize. Mm-hmm. But in terms of me being a coach and a trainer and a teacher, now I maximize the hell out of it because now I could teach from my experience.
Yes.
I did this, so you could do this route now, and I never give straightforward like do this. I try to make an open-ended answer where it's like, look, I'm gonna give you both sides of the spectrum. If you go this route, it's probably what you'll see. Mm-hmm. If you go this route, you're probably what you'll see. But I can speak from both through experience. So in that regard, yeah, I maximized because it taught me how to train, taught me how to be a better leader, how to be, how to handle different adversities. But in terms of playing, I think I could have did way more.
So for me, it's the same thing. So for me, I didn't play football till senior year of high school. Played 1 year of high school football, ended up getting invited to the Boomer game, and then I went to Utica. I really didn't have a lot of confidence on the player I would be, but to me, I became as good a player as I was going to be. Unfortunately, I got kicked off the team because I was being a bad person, but up to that point, I feel like I maximized what I did. Now, as you said, the double-edged sword, I also feel like, damn, you fucked up, got kicked off the team when you could have had your 2 best years.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And got a ring.
And got a fucking ring.
We got rings. We got rings on this side.
Oh, from Longwood?
Nah, from college.
Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
It doesn't matter. But yeah, you said that double-edged sword, but that stood out to me. Maximize your potential in everything.
Right.
And everything.
And that's why I go so hard. I wake up so early because I'm trying to maximize potential in all areas of life now.
What do you like about that book, Atomic Habits? What stands out to you?
It's just consistency. So it's things that we already know, things that especially as athletes, you've been taught these principles. It's nothing new, but it's how it's worded. And like simple things. So like one thing, especially being a trainer and a coach now, people, I want to work out, but it's too early. Or I never have time. So it's like, all right, set yourself up. You break the bad habits by creating good habits, and it's a process. So one of the things, one chapter, I don't remember what chapter it was talking about a lady. She worked in the city, but her way of making sure she went to work, or what I think it was the gym. I don't remember. The gym. She took the cab every day, but she'd walk to the cab. Like she knew 5 o'clock, I'm walking to the cab. I'm hailing this cab. I'm going to work. After work, I'm doing X, Y, Z. It was like a routine for her. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it kind of just puts things in perspective. And when you work with so many different people, I could talk to you as an athlete, as a football player, and you're like, got it. Yeah. I could talk to you as a civilian. I shouldn't say civilian. Just as a NARP, right?
There you go. Better term.
I was a NARP for a while,
right? But I had to speak to you in a different language because now you may not understand that rough and tough coach aspect of it, but you may be able to say, hey, let's have a conversation, right? So you want to lose 20 pounds. Let's make small decisions, right? Let's not eat fast food anymore. Let's drink a gallon of water a day and eat an apple a day. I'm just throwing random things out. All right, I could do that for a week. Do that for a week. Week turns into a month. All right, we did that for this long. All right, now let's start walking to work instead of, taking a cab. All right, now I'm walking. Mm-hmm. So you start to change who you are.
Yes.
And one thing in the book that I learned is you define who you want to be, right? So if you want to be an athlete, you call yourself an athlete. Even if you don't feel like you're really an athlete right now, I'm an athlete.
Talked about this on the podcast last week. Be who you are before you become that person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So if you say, I want to work out. You're never going to work out because it's something you want to do. It's not necessarily you need to do. But if you say, I'm an athlete.
I'm an athlete. I'm a fit motherfucker. Right. You 350 pounds, but I'm a fit motherfucker. Right.
Yeah. Like that. So what do you have to do?
And that goes for anything in life. I'm a good husband. I'm a good son. I'm whatever it is.
You want to be the best, whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
You want to speak that into existence. I never really understood that. I used to always say, speaking to existence. And you hear it and you understand it. Yeah. But until you're in a position where you have to do it, it's like, oh, I got to do this. You know what I mean?
Well, that's interesting, right? Because I've been around people who are trying to, get better at certain things. And we got into the discussion of willpower on the last episode because it takes a lot of willpower to do certain stuff. Mm-hmm. I was saying for a guy like you, probably takes 0 willpower to get up and go out and work out in the morning because it's a habit, right? Yeah. A habit is just what you do.
Right.
It's hard for certain people, but I see a lot of people are defeated before they even start the task because of, I want to do this, but I wish I could do it. Like, I just wish I could work out every day. Right. And right there, you're defeated. Right. Because the verbiage with yourself is incorrect.
Right. So one of your questions I saw you had for me was, why do you like Nike so much? Because of that exactly. There's so many times people are like, I want to be like you. I wish I could wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I wish I could work a full-time job. I wish I could do this. And what's Nike's mantra? Just do it. That's what people all the time say. If you want to do it, just do it. Ain't nothing to it.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that's in 50 Cent book. 50 Cent. Book too. Yes, very good book.
Yo, you know what's crazy? You put my mom onto that book, and she be quoting it to me.
Yeah, we were driving back home.
Like, yo, leave me alone.
She was trying to go to Nick. She was trying to go to sleep. She couldn't even go to sleep. She's like, yo, who is this? I'm like, this is 50 book, and like she
always talking about that book.
That book got me right.
Gems.
It got me right.
Gems. And going off of that book, so 50 Cent met with Jamie Foxx and his team. They were just chilling. Mm-hmm. And 50 Cent tell Jamie Foxx he's doing something. I believe it was for power. And Jamie Foxx was like, yo, y'all see this? 50 always doing something. He just do shit.
Right.
And that just resurrect me. Yo, just do it.
Right.
Stop thinking about all the extra BS of stopping you to do it and just try it.
Right.
Because like you said, you got to break those little bad habits. Mm-hmm. And to break those little bad habits, you have to try something.
Right.
And to try something, try to adjust it to your liking. Try to have fun with it, whatever you do. Like it won't be perfect. You won't get a turnaround. God forbid someone wants to diet.
Right.
They go eat a salad. They're not going to have a turnaround, have a 6-pack tomorrow. Right. But you just made little progress, and that's all that matters. But like you said, just do shit.
Right.
Just try it and do it.
Yep.
There's a lot of different ways I want to pivot off of this, but I'm going to bring this one out. Number one, you should study Nike. You were telling me how you were studying Gymshark. The story of Nike and how he do that, I feel like it's a very replicable story. Yeah. You know what I mean? Phil Knight and how he did everything. What was I going to say? Are you familiar with David Goggins?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stay hard.
Stay hard.
Exactly. Just like that.
Exactly.
Just like that.
Yeah. Where's that balance for you? So in Atomic Habits, it basically says ease yourself into things and make it easy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And we know David Goggins is the complete opposite. Get hard, motherfucker. Just do it.
Right.
Go balls to the wall, off rip.
Right.
Where's the balance in between that?
So I do a lot. So obviously I work out in the morning. I'm a teacher in the day, and then I'm coaching at night.
Okay.
So that balance for me is tough to weigh because in one area of fitness, I am just do it, stay hard, go after it. But in the areas where I'm interested but not fully interested to like the same level of fitness, I'm kind of like easing my way into it. So I have to complete my master's. I'm in the master's program right now.
Okay.
Congrats.
Congrats, my brother. That's big.
Congrats.
So
you only have successful young black men on this show. Let's
of course.
go.
Come on.
And E.
Come on.
So in that regard, I'm chipping away.
Okay.
All right, I take a class here. I take a class here. I take a class here. With fitness, I'm all the way in. I'm studying. All right, how can I do this? What's the next process in this? How do I build? And da-da-da. With education, I'm kind of like, I gotta ease myself into this. Only because I know it's an area that I'm not that I'm not good at it, not that I'm not smart. It's an area that I just doesn't.
It requires a lot of willpower, so you're trying to build those habits to...
So in that regard, I need the willpower to kind of build up to it. And it's interesting, and I do truly enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I also truly enjoy the working out and that whole entrepreneurial side of it.
So and this is actually a great point. So the balance is kind of go hard in what you're already comfortable doing and make sure that's where you develop the go mentality. Right. And then the things that you're kind of struggling in, ease yourself into it so you don't burn yourself out, kind of.
So I also have a thing I like to use when I'm coaching is get comfortable being uncomfortable. And a reason why I read these books, Atomic Habits, 50 Cent's book, is because in that area, I'm uncomfortable, but I don't want to be comfortable in it. I want the end result, but I don't want to enjoy that process. If you said right now, don't work out for 2 months and then get fat and then work off, I'd be like, sign me up.
You would do that?
No, but
why don't you? I think
trying to paint a picture.
Back in the day, I think someone did that. This fitness guy gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah,
I think it's documented on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't remember the guy's name, but I know about that.
That would make you stand out from the rest of the trainers.
That's just too much.
I think I stand out already.
Big back talk. Back talk.
You know what I'm saying? And what I do and how I portray it, I can tell a lot of my clients, I said, I'm not going to give you a cookie cutter workout. In the industry, there are those trainers, and there's nothing against them, where they say, all right, hey, Malcolm, we're going to do legs today. We're going to do squat, talk for about 5-10 minutes, do lunges, 5-10 minutes go by, hamstring curls, another 5-10 minutes go by. All right, let's go for a little walk or a little treadmill. All right, buddy, you're done.
No, there's no cap in his rap right now.
You know what I mean?
No, there's no cap, but...
No, seriously, though, like the people he trained, I feel bad for them, bro. I be like, when I tell Stacks, I'm like, yo, bro, you need to chill out. You wildin'. But like, that's just how you gotta be sometimes to them, so they can break that barrier.
I'm gonna do it or I'm not gonna do it. And I tell everybody who comes to me, and I've lost clients and I've gained clients. I have clients that I've trained with for almost 2 years now, with this same mantra. And actually, somebody I look up to a lot is Just Boss, Just Train. He has the same mantra. And what's his name? I can't think of his name. Same mantra is that we're not gonna hold your hand. You came for me for a reason. We're gonna reach this goal. We're gonna get to whatever it is. You're not supposed to like me for an hour.
Yep.
You're not supposed to like me for this hour. My goal is to break you. But in that process, you're gonna become a better person. You're gonna reach your goals. You're gonna learn something new about yourself that you didn't know before. So that's that. Get comfortable being uncomfortable mindset. But going back to your question before, in the education world, I have to get to that point. So I read these books to change my mindset. Fitness, I could do that. That's fine. But I have to kind of recoach myself and retrain myself because I need that for the other areas of my life that I'm focusing on.
So one of the questions I wanted to ask you is, and to me it's not arrogant, but I've heard people say it like, and I know a lot of people think this way with fitness guys like yourself. You guys definitely give off the aura of perfection. Like, you know what I mean? We are going hard in life. We wake up early in the morning. We do. And it's kind of a subliminal shot to people who are sleeping till 10 in the morning and eating Cheetos all day, right? But that's just one sector of life, fitness. Do you feel like there's parts of your life where you suck at, where you are essentially that 300-pound person that doesn't work out at all? Like places in your life that you need to form good habits in?
That's a good question. I don't really know. I never really analyzed it in that regard. If you ask me off the cuff, I'm gonna say, I think I'm good in pretty much every area. I may lack in some areas, but I think for the most part, I'm good. I think my weakest part right now is just pursuing my education.
Okay.
Just because not that I don't enjoy, like I said, it's just new, it's something I'm uncomfortable with. But outside of that, I think I'm good everywhere. And I think my fitness has propelled me to have that. Because once I have that, my energy's high.
Yeah.
I'm focused. I'm locked in. So once I have that done, it's all right, cool. I come home, I'll help with dinner. I help, obviously I have my daughter with me all the time. Like it's because I got that mental peace, that mental clarity. That is what it is for me. I could do everything else I need to.
Yeah, you talking about that. A big thing on our podcast is we have a lot of people that are into health. Our question is like, is it health over wealth? And now if you focus more on the educational part, you obviously make more money, because you get stuff done, and that's what you need in that field. You need the educational part. But obviously health is like very important to you. And I feel the same way. And I feel some people, they just get so stuck. But I feel like this is just our mindset and how we live also because of football,
right,
that people get so stuck on the wealth part of sticking to things. Yes, that's fine, but they never take care of themselves. Right. And I feel like that's just a bad thing when you're focused on getting better financially and getting out the situation you can, but personally, internally, I feel like health is 10 times more important than you trying to obtain that type of wealth that you want to gain from that certain field, because health makes you, like you said, you have energy when you work out. And that takes time to wake up in the morning, work out, record it, post it. That takes time on a day where you could just be studying. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But you're not. Right. And you're building that health. But me personally, I feel like that is just 10 times more important.
Let me play a little bit of a devil advocate on that take that Malcolm had, because that's something I agree with you 1,000%. It's health over wealth. Take care of your health first. However, there are a lot of people. For example, I'm not going to say any names, but I know there are people who don't take care of their health at all. But they were a single mom and they went to school. They got 2-3 degrees. Now they're making $200,000-$300,000 a year. Yeah, and that in itself is a sort of hard work that even the most healthiest person and someone like Sachs, per se, couldn't achieve that level. Right. Or it wouldn't be easy for you to get that way. Right. So I just wanted to bring that up to say that, yes, take care of your body first, and health is wealth. Yeah. But I do understand people who don't understand what we understand about fitness could be like, hey, man, I'm taking care of my family.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. But that's a small. But I'm not talking about that percentage. You understand?
No,
so I'm talking about like people our age that are. Yeah, that's right.
Represent everybody.
No, I'm not representing everyone. I want to represent the people
that's why I said I'm going to play devil advocate for those people.
Okay, but look, I have respect for that action. But what I'm saying is, let's talk about people our age. That deal with that situation, and or a little older. You're like, yo. You just not really there mentally because you're not there and you're not helping yourself. That's why I can't say that now. But yet you're talking about one particular person. I could talk about a handful of people I'm speaking about right now. You understand?
You know how many people who use health or fitness as a segue to what you're talking about too, though?
It is.
So a lot of people, that is their vice. They help them get there.
And that's why I'm even more astonished by these motherfuckers who could sit in front of a screen and study all day and take care of shit and the calendar is perfect and they don't work out. Right. Me, when I don't work out, my life is in shit.
But you gotta realize there's different levels of fitness. So I go super hard. That's because I like that. I played sports my whole life. I've been in those environments where if you're not sweating, you didn't work out. Right. Yeah. But for some people, a walk is a form of exercise. For some people, stretching is a form of exercise. That's yoga right there. So,
shout out to my mom. She loves walking.
Right. So think about it. The person who may be 300 plus pounds, making $200,000 and has all these doctorates, they go for a walk every day. They still have a form of fitness. It's just not your or me and Malcolm's view of going super hard. You know what I mean? But for them, a walk is plenty enough for me. My blood pressure is good. I don't have any cholesterol. I don't eat terrible. But you gotta realize too, some people also have underlying health issues. Yes. Hashimoto's, thyroid issues, cancer, stuff like that. So you can't always judge a book by its cover. You know what I'm saying? That person may want to do the stuff me and Malcolm are doing. And they can't. And they just physically can't do it.
So if you guys can't tell, Sachs is a trainer. That's what he does. Where do you stand on the multi-hyphenated trainers? So for example, trainer, life coach, yoga instructor, dietitian.
I don't think you have to label it that way. Like I just say fitness coach, but I do all those things anyway. When you're a trainer and a coach, even Malcolm could attest as coach in football with me. You build a bond with your athletes and your clients, right? Okay. So we'll work out and you'll be like, yo, what's wrong, man? You don't look like yourself. Oh, me and my girl going through it. Oh, I have a test on Friday. And we start talking through it. All right, hey, man, let's take a step back. What's going on? How can we move forward and change your attitude or, make it better? So right there, yes, I'm a trainer, coach, but now I'm your life coach. But I don't have to advertise that. I also don't want to sit behind a table and talk like social worker. Let the social worker do that. But if we're working out, I'll be your life coach in that moment. In that, as a trainer and a coach, you have to know, you don't have to know through and through about nutrition, but you have to know enough. But right? So then at that point, now I'm talking about diet. You know what I'm saying? So you do all those things.
Well, I'm talking about to the point where you are proficient in all those areas as proficiently as you are a trainer. Mm-hmm. So dieting with the back of your hand. Right. You set up 1 or 2 meetings per week with these people. Right. Okay, what's going on in your life? Right. What? How can we work on your eating disorder?
Right. But that comes with time too, though.
Hell yeah.
But is that something you're looking forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I also want to be in a position. I didn't mean to cut you off. Is I want to be able to focus on the fitness aspect of it. One day, my ultimate goal is to have a facility. But I want to be all right. I focus on the fitness aspect, and then if you personally ask me for what I do for diet, all right, yeah, I'm gonna tell you. But we have somebody for diet who's if you didn't know, if you didn't see a face, you thought you're talking to me. You know what I mean? That's where I ultimately want to be.
Okay.
Because it is a lot, especially when you have your hands in a lot of different things. Yeah. To say, all right, I'm going to coach you, and then we're going to set up a FaceTime meeting and talk about your diet, and we'll have another meeting on Wednesday to talk about this. That's 3 hours that you're losing on whether it's your other career, another endeavor. So you can spread yourself thin, and you can have your hands in a lot of pots, but you also want to find your niche. So my thing is the physical aspect of it, and I will touch on other areas, but my ultimate goal is to say, all right, I'm the physical guy, Malcolm, you're the nutritional guy, and you're the life coach guy.
That's a dope way to put it. And the only reason I bring that up, because you think about it, right? You train a lot, right? And let's say the average person, we train 5 hours per week. That's a lot. 5, 6, 7 hours per week. That is such a small period of time during the week. Yeah. You can work out 5 hours a week, bro, and see no results because everything in your life is fucked up because you don't have the motivation. So when you come to the workout, you're kind of like slugging around. Then after 2 weeks, you're not working out anymore. Right. Because no one attended to the mental needs that you had based on, you know what I mean, what's going on. Or the dietary reasons.
But a good person, a good coach would know that and take it personal. Like, there's some people where I'm more involved than others. There's some people I work out with and train that they come for the structure. Okay. There's some people I train where it's, I'm going to work out with you while we're running, so we're still exercising. I'm still training you, but you're going to tell me what's going on. But in that process, you don't even realize that I'm trying to build your cardiovascular because you shouldn't be, if you're running and you hold the conversation, that means you, at some point, all right, you ran that in 10 minutes, we had a full conversation, now I want you to run it in 8 because you're fully capable of it. Yeah. So, like I said, a good coach would be able to understand your people. You should know, all right, you're trying to lose 300 pounds. I'm going to let you give some tips of what I've did, or I'm going to put you in a position to talk to somebody I know and trust that could do this. So to everybody else, yeah, I'm well-versed in all areas, but to myself, I feel like, yo, I got to learn more. Or I've come across clients like, oh, I have a thyroid condition, or I had a pregnancy, and I'm like, yo, I don't carry babies. I don't know what it's like to be inside of a woman's body, but I'm going to take it personal to go learn and how to properly advise. Or I'm going to ask somebody who's been in it, like, hey, what would you suggest? So I could then internalize it, do my research, and then give it back.
And that's the most important about business. When shout out to Tabili again, but when you start your business, you don't know everything. Right. But you just do it. And when you just do it, you adapt.
I'm a big advocate for learning as you go.
So only way to do it. I think in Atomic Habits, and I actually read this in another book also, they had 2 control groups, right? And one of the groups, they said, I want you to make 100 pots. And the other group, I just want you to make the perfect pot. It was
photography. The photography in Atomic Habits.
So I want you to take 100 photographs, and you take the perfect photograph.
And they gave the students an option.
Yeah. And everybody that chose the 100, they had way better photographs. Am I saying that correctly?
No, it was the opposite. So the study was you had a classroom. You had an option. You either did, in the semester, 100 pictures, and it had to be pretty good. Or you did 10 pictures. No, it was 1 picture, but it had to be your best work.
Yeah, your best work. Perfect.
Right.
So, and everyone was basically focused, okay, get the best picture. And that's what a lot of people do in life. Okay, how can I be perfect? I'm not going to start the podcast until I know exactly how to do it. Right. I'm not going to start training until I know exactly how to do it. And it came out that the control group who was taking the 100 pictures had way better work because they practice repetition. They learned on the fly.
Right.
So
And like, I'm pretty sure your first IG video,
my first video
looks horrible compared to what you do right now.
2012, I'm like, whoa.
Exactly.
But I look at like,
whoa.
Right. I look back, I'm like, all right, cool. Like I've grown. I look at sessions I've done with people. So I've been training for a long time. I didn't start officially just taking on people and making it something. I've always wanted to have a gym. I always wanted to do this. But it wasn't until I started coaching football, I said, all right, it's time to pursue it fully. But I look back at some of those sessions, I was like, all right, we're going to do this. I'm like, that doesn't fit that person's workout structure or their body type. And I had to learn that. But I wouldn't have known if I just, all right, I'm a trainer. I took the test and great, boom, I'm done.
Exactly.
So it's like, you have to kind of
adapt as you go.
Shout out to Kid Class. He's great at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like adjusting workouts. I remember sometimes me and Mal used to work with him and my back would just be killing me.
Right.
And I'll just say it. He'll internalize it. Okay, we're going to do this now. It's like, whoa. And
that's another thing, too. Some people have plans. And it's not a cookie. I crafted this plan for you. Mm-hmm. Other people, we have tentative plans. Yes. So, on Mondays we hit this part. On Tuesdays we hit this part. Friday we hit this part. Or, to some degree of that level. And you may come in, we're doing legs, and something's bothering you. All right. We're going to change your range of motion. We're not going to do heavy squats. We're going to do front squats, low weight, high intensity. Oh, I feel great now. You know what I'm saying? So we still hit legs, but it wasn't that you come in, you're hitting the back squat again, you're hitting the leg press again. So I try not to make people too comfortable. That's another form of me making you uncomfortable and embracing it. Because if all right, I'm coming to stack squat on Tuesday, we're hitting legs, I'm going to hit back squat again for 3 sets of 10. You're going to be comfortable, and then there's no point in you coming to me because it's at that point, it's repetition. So I try to keep it real authentic.
Yeah.
And sometimes you walk in, like, what are we doing today? I'm writing it down right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at you. I'm seeing how you feel. I'm thinking, all right. And I'll have a very good memory.
That.
Like, all right, last week you hit 225 for 6. I think we could bump this up. I'm going to add this in today. And that's how I train myself,
And that's good to shock the people when they come in and you go, what we doing today? I'm writing it down right now. Because now you're building that relationship. All right, let's talk and see how you feeling. Mm-hmm. Now, that's pretty creative. So I'll say as all the trainers out there that's going to listen to this, that's definitely a tip. You should definitely take as, vibe with your client.
Plans,
but vibe with your client.
Right, you want to know your person.
That's key. I like that.
Like, you like certain foods that I may not like. And if you say, Stacks, eat this every day, or if you hungry and I come to your house and you give me the same thing or something I don't like, I'm not going to do it.
Exactly.
But if I come in, you're like, Stacks, what are you feeling today? I don't know. I'm feeling Chinese. Let's go to this spot. I've never been here before. Now I'm interested. Like, yo, I'm going to hang out with you again.
Exactly.
So, keep that.
Can I put you on the spot real quick?
Maybe.
Can you name me the top 5 trainers in New York City? Not including yourself, because we know you're number 1.
I like the guys who are up and coming.
Okay. So, the up and coming guys. That's what I mean.
So Kid Class. So me and Kid Class, I don't even know how we Ethan, I don't even know how we connected.
Have you met him before?
No.
So today will be a first day.
Today's going to be the first day.
Probably like a year ago, honestly, because through social media.
Yeah.
But I watch his page a lot. I think he has great stuff. Another person upcoming, Nell's training. I don't know if you know him, Darnell McCray. Who else? Built by Zay, right? You guys play with him. I think you put me on to Zay.
Yeah.
I think he's great. My boy Deshaun Tucker, D Tucker. He's great.
He's in that field? Training people?
Okay.
I've seen it. I
might just blew him up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's not a secret neither, but it's just not out there yet. But he's, being somebody I played with, spent time with, mentor, big brother type deal. I like what he's doing. That's 4, right?
Yeah, that's 4.
And I'm at the top, so that's 1. That's
okay. Out of the 4, let's take you out of it. Who's number 1 out of those 4?
I don't know.
Come on, give us a number, brother. Just give us somebody.
Mickey Mouse show.
Respect.
Come on, son. You know the vibe.
Y'all see how we get down with Coach Stacks? Come on.
This is a smart dude right here.
We global.
Ever told on a nigga? No. Ever squeezed the trigger? Yep. Ever set a nigga up? No. Ever helped a brother out when he was down on